Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Isekai Suicide Squad Season 1, Episode 3. Oh man, last episode was crazy. We broke out of jail, took over the jail, and now we have at least the guard. I don't think the princess was actually there, right? But the guard that works kind of for the princess, seemed to be coming. Cecil, I think it might have been his name. So, uh, definitely very interesting. Sorry about the dog barking if you hear him. We kind of learned a little bit more about the world, with the slums being, not every part of that world is good, and prospering. There is some. I kind of talked about like the possibility of like an exchange of like maybe we can get some resources, and then we can also help you with your food shortage, kind of thing. But yeah. Other than that, the princess seems like she cares and wants to help the world that they're in, whereas the queen doesn't seem that way at all. Should be interesting how that goes. We met Rick Flag, who is accompanying our group. He's going to be our guide to get us to the portal, which will hopefully get them close enough within the 58 hours they have left, so they don't go boom. Let's see. Shit. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. All right. And then, other than that, we had the powers not working with those handcuffs, which makes me wonder if the powers like originated from this world somehow, and that's why they can be nullified, and that's also why they're stronger here. Did all the meta powers come from here? I don't know. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. I always forget to say this before. If you guys don't know how to watch my content, there is a guide video in the description of this video that will show you how to sync up your video with my timer and watch the episode with me. I've been trying to remember to say it before, but I forget almost every single time now. I'm trying to add that in because I get a lot of comments of people being like, how can I watch if there's no video? Which is valid if people don't understand how the system works. Attack! Well, is this the jail, or is this a different battle? Oh. Hmm. Yeah, if you're evenly matched before you even get to the walls. Hmm. Interesting. Oh. Oh. Wait, what? Did he create the Beastmen? Hmm. I was just thinking back to the outro. Outro of the show's wild. Hmm. Alright. Breathing some fire. Harley is just always smiling. Not always, but ooh. Talking about like my babies or whatever, and then having like the beastman like holding like the hand of like a young potential beastman, I'm guessing. At least some kind of creature holding the hand of the young. Oh, we're back. Okay. Oh, his hairdo is pretty crazy. They really need to find a way to communicate. Yes, they did. Whoa, that's kind of crazy. Oh. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh my god. Is he okay? Whoa. Wait, what? How? Oh, can he speak? Oh. He learned from the prisoners. He probably didn't mean to say ugly ass. Yeah, there you go. I like how they, in case anyone was confused, why he was speaking that way. Ah. He should try to understand that they don't know how to speak the language. Oh my god. Like, I understand it's very insulting what he's doing, but they're trying their best to form some way to communicate. Are they gonna take the bag off? Ooh. Peacemaker? No, okay. What else? High budget movies. He's trying to eat the air. Ooh, okay, so the queen is here. Hmm, interesting. Why is she specifically interested in Harley? Oh, they're gonna be able to communicate now, I bet. Yep. Freaking Clayface and meta anime or dialogue. He just didn't know how to speak before. Hmm. Oh. Wait. Ah. They're just causing mayhem. Oh. Ooh. Well, you picked the wrong per. They don't care. They just don't blow me off. Yeah, there you go. Shark is drooling. Is there some reason that they're are they just trying to be respectful to King Shark by saying his real name, or is there some kind of licensing reason why they gave him a name and then started using that instead of King Shark? That outfit. Oh my god! What did he eat? Alright. So now we're back at what they were doing. I didn't realize their outfits in the beginning. My bad. Nice that that spell just stays on so we can all just communicate. Hmm. I did see that there's a show, a Peacemaker show. I saw some people that I normally watch reactions of reacting to it. I haven't watched it yet, but I mentioned that I never heard of Peacemaker, and then I saw that a show exists about him. I just never knew it existed. Hmm. Hmm. Who can brainwash? I don't know what DC hero can brainwash. Damn. Kinda wish I remembered. I feel like I may have seen it at one point a long time ago, but... Oh, convenient. Ha! Forte. Hmm. I thought that was the tool she used, though. Oh, are they all gonna have powers here? Even Harley? Hmm. What? That's why it's so random. Jesus! Well, I guess they don't care that they're being brainwashed. They're just like, fuck it, let's snap necks. Oh my god, King Shark. It's just insane. I will never get used to King Shark just eating things. So who are you? Rat. That can't be his real name, I don't think. Rat Catcher. Okay, I've never heard of that, so... Unless he has a different name that I'd recognize him by. They're scared of him. Donkey dicks. Animations really interesting in this scene. Oh. Traded. Oh my god. He thought they were homies, but I think he was being an asshole. What? Oh no, his hair! Dude, Deadshot just tormented this man. Clueless. Would never make it to broadcast. Not safe for work. Well. Oh my god. We just... oh my god, it just cranked up to 11. Just power, gun. Muscles and gun. He can manipulate them. Cool. Crazy. He just has wrist machine guns. That was cool. Animation's pretty great. Was it the penis thing or something else? Oh. Wait. They're turning all this to clay that he can manipulate, I'm guessing? With the liquid? Too dry for him to manipulate? Yep. Damn. Right at the face. Oh, okay. This person. Recognizes her. Oh, well, they talked about bringing the fort down. Guess he did. They're just gonna walk out. Ah. Well. A little paint and elbow grease. Mmm. Her plan. Nope. Okay, just more controlled soldiers. Okay. That was a good episode. Animation in that fight was awesome. The so when they were talking about the Imperial like generals being replaced, I was kind of confused at first. And then like talking about the group before them and stuff like that. At first I was like, at first my thought was, are like the humans from our world, are they the Imperials? Like from the beginning? And then like Rick lost control of it and they were uh and then like some other people came in and like took over their organization and then went to war with the kingdom. I thought that's where it was going. But no, I'm pretty sure the Imperials are like a different, like they're the Beastmen or whatever that are fighting against the Queen and all that. But what happened was the first Suicide Squad that came in got free of control and then just went and took over the Imperials and made them like more aggressive, or maybe they weren't even, maybe they were at peace before. That is it, by the way, for episode 3. So yeah, it's possible that they were even at peace beforehand, and then when the first Suicide Squad came in, they took control of them and became their generals, and then started this war. So that's pretty crazy. Okay, damn. Yeah, so we had King Shark healing when he ate the sword and then it popped out of his stomach and then he healed up. Is that gonna be like, okay, so one question. The magic that was around him, one second. I hear like a ringing. Hmm. Um anyway. Uh the magic that was around him looked like the magic that was around the sword. Is that just coincidence? Maybe it's just they both have blue magic? Because, like, we now established that the characters are seem to have some excess powers. Like, at least the ones that had powers before now have excess powers. And then, like, Harley Quinn, it seemed like her, like, pink aura she had and, like, hit with the weapon. It seems like they're trying to say that that is a, like, maybe by coming to this world they're getting like magic abilities, right? So she might have some kind of like superpower or something, and obviously it's not a superpower in this world, it's just wielding magic and maybe using their mana or something in a means of fighting. But does that mean, I thought maybe somehow the soldier's sword is what healed King Shark, but is it King Shark's own like extra power that healed him? But then they also like covered his stomach in mud before, almost like they were trying to like, or clay, almost like they were trying to seal the wound, even though it looked like the wound healed. So I don't know. I'm interested in what happened there, but I'm starting to think that that's just King Shark's extra power. So certainly interesting. The whole language thing, I absolutely love the detail that Rick learned the language of, like, from the people in prison. Like, he doesn't fully understand what he's saying. He's just mimicking lines he heard from people in certain situations, right? And because of that, he doesn't know that he's being insulting. He just is doing what he learned in prison, which happens to be insulting because that's the way the people in prison talk. So that was really funny and interesting, the way, like, I just love that bit of detail. I feel like not all shows take that kind of thing into account when a character is like suddenly learning a new language for the convenience of the plot, to have that language's bias be based on the location they were at, and I just absolutely love that. And then obviously the nice little convenient spell that makes it so they can all communicate now, and I'm sure going forward they're just permanently able to communicate with these people. We'll see. Maybe it does fade at some point and they need to get it like reapplied or something. But at least so far, all the way to this next battle, they're still able to understand Cecil and all that. So I imagine that was just the fix the plot point. They can now speak the language. We're good. And I like how Cecil was just like, oh, so you can be polite. It's like, I get it. Like, he doesn't understand that they don't speak that language, I guess. I mean, he should understand it. He hears them saying, like, you know, whatever version you're watching, and I'm watching in English, but he hears them speaking in English, and it's like, you would think he'd be like, oh, I don't know what they're saying, right? But then they try their best to speak your language, and, like, I guess he just didn't piece it all together, you know? He just hears these insults and gets mad. He doesn't piece it all together that, like, oh, he must have learned our language in prison, and that's why it's so vulgar and stuff like that. Hell, Cecil might not even know what it's like in prison. He might not even know that they're so vulgar in there, you know? So, anyway, I get it. I get why he was mad, but there is a small part of me that just wonders, like, if I was in that situation, would I have considered the fact that, it's like a, jankily put together version of our language and not get mad at insults? But then you might also think, well, wait a second. Maybe he actually does know my language and he's choosing to like act dumb just to be able to insult me. Maybe my mind would go there too. So anyway, I love that Rick got taken as a hostage. Granted, he did make a good point. Like, you guys need to do this if you want me to lead you to where your bombs can get, disabled or at least extended for another 72 hours. But so that was a good point. But I like how she originally was like, or I'm gonna chop his head off, like she didn't understand the usefulness. She just thought they were all together. They're all foreigners, they're all together. I'm gonna take this guy. But the reality is no matter which one she picked, actually, Rick might have been the best one for them to pick because they might not have cared about anyone else. Like, if any of the other ones got picked, they might have just been like, oh well, whatever, let's just leave. His head can blow up in 58 hours. We'll just all head to the gate. So actually, Rick might have been the perfect one because now they need to get him so that way they can go to the gate. So they have to do what the Queen has asked of them. So I also love that it was them that pitched the idea. She agreed to it, and then when it worked out, they were like, "Oh, Queen, your plan worked." I always find it so funny when leadership takes like credit for other people's work and stuff like that. Like, I don't like it, don't get me wrong, but I just think it's funny. It's like I don't have that level of like ego to feel that I need people to think that I like, even with my reactions, like if I come up with a theory, or like if I watch another reaction, right? Like, let's say I watch, now that I finished this episode, right? Later on tonight, I go and I watch reactions to episode 1, 2, and 3, and someone has some kind of theory in those reactions. I hear them say it. I'm not going to pretend that that's my theory. It would like come in episode 4 and be like, oh guys, I came up with an idea. I pretty much always say like, oh, I heard in this reaction that I watched them say this, this, and that, right? Because I don't have that part inside me that feels like I need people to assume I'm like the smartest in the world and I come up with these awesome theories and stuff like that, I just enjoy watching shows and talk about them. So it's like, I don't know, and same with like other things in life. It's the same way, but then there's these people that, are in this world, and or not just in this world, but in our world too. They're the same way, where they need people to like think they're special, So anyway, I never heard of Ratcatcher. Seems like he's able to control rats, I would assume, based on his name and that he was always around rats, so he has some metahuman power to control rats. Now, they talked about powers expanding by being in this world. Is that why Ratcatcher is able to control these guys too? Did his powers expand? Also, does he wear a gas... They kept talking about how he smells like shit and stuff. Like, does he wear a gas mask so he doesn't have to smell himself? Is it a side effect of his metahuman power that he smells like shit? Does he just not bathe? What's up with that? Anyway. But I love how Deadshot just thought they were friends. Like, oh yeah, he was my cellmate. Like, we were cool in prison with each other. And, like, he protected him a little bit from the two group, like, those two guys. But he also did it while insulting Rat. And then continued to just be like, you're not going to get by here with that hairstyle. And then just cut his hair for him without his approval. Like, just made fun of him constantly. But he's like, oh yeah, we're cool. It's kind of like, so there's a lot of times when guys, you guys might already know this, but when you have like a really close friend, you will talk shit to each other, right? But it's almost like they didn't get to that point of being really close friends first. They just right out the gate started talking shit with each other. Like, I do that with one of my friends, like, we're really close, so, half the time when I first join like a Discord channel with him or something, I'll just hey bitch, like that's just how we start our conversations. Or like, I bet you smell like ass. I've said shit like that to my friend, and obviously we're just shooting the shit because we're friends. And both of us just laugh it off, and none of us are offended. He does the same thing to me. Um, and it's just something that guys do sometimes, but normally it's only when you're very comfortable with the person you're doing it with. It's almost like Deadshot just skipped that step. He was just like, he just meets someone for the first time and just right out the gate like, hey shit liquor, like, and then just like complete sours the mood, can't read the room either, can't understand. But anyway, oh man, so funny. But yeah, we like I already said, the fighting animation was really great. I like how we just cranked it up like to 11 immediately. Like, I know he sent them to attack, right? But it wasn't even like, hey, let's try to continue. Like, Deadshot like continued the conversation normally, but then instantly jumped to like shooting his machine gun at these things. And then we just went like ham with the animation for a few with the fighting and all that, which was cool. And then we had the samurai girl show up again, so I'm really curious about her and what's going on. And they said what did she say? She said, did she say the emperor? Is that what she said? Which I guess that makes sense that the empire has an emperor, you know, but emperor like isn't happy with them and stuff like that. So I'm curious, like, who the emperor is. Is it another person from our world, or is it someone else? Is it someone from this world that they're like is or do we now just have two Suicide Squads working for two? Like, was Samurai Girl part of the first Suicide Squad? I don't know, but it seems like I wonder if the first Suicide Squad is working for the Empire, and now we have the second Suicide Squad that's working for the other side. I don't know what to call them. Do we have like a name for them yet? But anyway, the so it's like I wonder if it is just gonna come down to like a Suicide Squad fight v Suicide Squad. Should be kind of interesting if so. And also, is that who that group was that we saw at the end of the first episode? I think we saw like a group, and Samurai Girl was like walking up to them. It seems like they were like a group of they looked evil, at least the way it was portrayed. So, but I guess our main characters are pretty evil too. Um, the princess like had a look at Harley. I wonder why. Like, is it just like, oh, we're both girls, so maybe we could get along, kind of thing? Like, we're both girls around the same age, maybe we can be friends. Is that like why she looked to Harley instead of the others? Or is there something special about Harley that she's interested in? I don't know, but I'm really curious. They also hinted, I don't know all of Harley's past, but Harley was talking about how she recognizes brainwashing because it's happened to her before. And she said like before she was the way she is now, she was brainwashed. Is she implying that like acting normal within society was her being brainwashed? And then now her being released as this like villain type characteristic, like you know the freedom that she kind of inhabits and all that is in like the craziness and everything. Is that her not being brainwashed anymore? Is that what she was attributing to? Or is there something in Harley Quinn's lore where she was actually quite literally brainwashed? I don't know. I don't know enough about Harley Quinn. Like I said in the start of the show, the only bits of Harley Quinn I really know are the bits from Gotham of kind of seeing her, go from being that psychiatrist and everything to slowly just like losing her marbles. And I don't remember any kind of like brainwashing there. So, but but maybe it came a little later in her story too. I don't know. Or maybe Gotham just wasn't accurate to what the comic books were as well. Who knows? But yeah. So, anyways, very interesting stuff, guys. I think that's going to be it from me. Very much enjoyed this episode. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Catch some more content from me. There's also extra stuff like 2 episodes ahead through the early access tier on my Patreon. Early access for quite a few of my other shows as well. There's also the Patreon show tier where I watch entire shows on my Patreon before releasing them to YouTube. So all of Solo Leveling Season 1 and 2 is on there. All of Dandadan Season 1 and 2 is on there. I started with Storia, Wand and Sword. And then the Expanse live action is on there as well. I always kind of have one live action going as well as an anime. So check that out if you guys are interested in more content from me. Links in the description below should be popping up on the screen. And I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.